Hello students, let's move on to the next topic, method overriding. Okay, don't get confused between overloading and overriding, where overloading refers to same function name but different signature. Signature in the sense parameter list as well as the return value. But overriding is the one, whereas yeah, overriding we are considering with respect to inheritance only. So parent class and child class concept should be there. Plus some method we are considering here with the same name and same signature, whereas base class version, the method definition, it's a prototype, the same thing what you have considered in base class version, same thing we'll be considering once again in the derived class, but different definition. Go through the statement. In a class hierarchy in the sense you have to take at least two members, one parent and one child. At least it should be as either simple inheritance or multi-level, whatever. So in a class hierarchy, when a method in a subclass has the same name and type signature as a method in its superclass. Getting no? So method in a subclass has a same name and type signature as that of the method you have mentioned in the superclass. Then the method in the subclass is said to be override the method in superclass. Okay, it is overriding the definition of its parent. But please remember, its name and type signature should be same. Whatever the set of arguments and type of arguments you are passing with respect to base class should be matching with the method and the derived class method. Okay, this is what the definition. So when an overridden method is called from within a subclass, it will always refer to the version of the method defined by the subclass itself. So it is something like say two different members has got a same name now. Subclass which inherits the property of its parent, that is superclass, as well as it has got its own property. It is something like in a single classroom, two members with same name. There is a name conflict. The same example I have taken by giving the example of, by taking Vaishnavi's name. I think there are two Vaishnavis in the same class, right? So if I call Vaishnavi for a moment, then there will be a confusion which Vaishnavi I am referring to. In the same way, what happens here is for the subclass, you are going to define a method. The name of the method and signature of the method is same as that of the method you have defined in the superclass, right? So two different versions of the same method will be included by the subclass. And whenever you are creating the object of the subclass and making a call for the method, subclass version, obviously subclass version method should be called. That is what the statement explains. Okay. The version of the method defined by the superclass will be hidden, or it is called as overridden method. Even we can use the later we can make a call for the superclass member explicitly by using the super keyword. Recall our previous concept, right? Whenever you want to refer to the superclass, we have considered the variable I that time. Two different versions. Please refer to my previous video. We have considered the usage of super, right? One use of super is to pass the parameter to the base class constructor, and second use of the super is to make a call for the superclass member. We have considered earlier two different versions of I, superclass version and subclass version. Whenever you are creating the subclass version, then whenever you are referring I, of course subclass, since you have created the subclass object, so its version of I will be obviously called. But whenever you want to make use of a superclass version of I, explicitly use the keyword super. The same concept we are going to apply once again for the member functions. Earlier we have applied it for the member data. Okay, the things must be there in your notebook. Watch my previous videos. Okay, usage of super and all. If you have any doubt, you can ask. Now let us consider the program. Better I'll change the view. Okay, the things I have highlighted. So method overriding, hope it is visible, right? A small programming example is there once again. Class A with two members, default members I and j of type integer. Hope it's visible now. It has got a constructor. Just observe a recall the concepts of constructor. Constructor should not be having any return value, right? Then it is taking parameterized constructor. We have taken two parameters. It is having a and b. So whatever the value you are passing while creating the object, first parameter will be considered as int a and second one will be int b formally, and a is assigned to I, b is assigned to j, as you can see here, which I am pointing, right? Then we have a show function, word show, just to display the values of I. It just prints the value of I as well as j. Sorry, system.out.println. Observe here, I and j values it prints, isn't it? And end of the class module A. And whenever you are talking overriding, you have to have the class hierarchy. Hierarchy in the sense concept of inheritance is must. So one child class at least you have to define. So one parent and one child refers to single inheritance, okay, and multi-level refers to a grandparent, parent as well as child should be there. Then we call it as the multi-level inheritance. Fine. Now class B is the child class or subclass which includes or extends, better use the same keyword, which extends the properties of its parent and its own member. Let K be its own member. So properties of B, try to list out once again. Okay, last time I have included the box things and all, right, we have considered the memory concept. Yeah, this one, properties of class A, that is int I, int j, as well as it has got a show function. Of course it has got a default parameterized constructor as well. Then properties of now child class we have to say, that is let's observe the program better. Observe the program carefully. Hope it is visible. Class B which extends the properties of A. First observe its own member. Then you can see the parents property. Its own member, that is int K is its own member. Then B constructor is its own member, right? Then please try to understand. Once again we have considered show. Even though that show function was defined earlier, we are defining it for itself. That is for class B itself. Once again we are defining. So you have to consider show function again. Better observe these contents. Hope it will be you can easily understand by observing this, I hope. So K is a member of class B. See B's property I am highlighting now. Concentrate. K is its own member. Then show, once again you have defined. Of course it's a constructor, that thing should be there in your mind. Then it inherits the properties of parent. No, it includes the property of its parent. Default members, public as well as protected members. So see, no access specifier is specified, right? That means all the members are default members. They are inheritable. So they are inherited. That's why. What are those members? Members of the parent. I, J, the box content. What you have considered so far earlier. See, this entire box I have included inside B. This thing, hope it is visible, right? I have highlighted it, yellow box. Observe that yellow box, right? I, j as well as show function. How many versions of show functions you can see here now? Can you observe in this box? That is B's version. How many boxes you can observe? Check carefully. There are two different show function you can observe, isn't it? See here. Here is a show function and one more show function. Where? See, one more show function you have, right? So this is the show function refers to which class? Parent. That is refers to A's show function, and this refers to which one? B's show function. So B's show function which hides its parent show function. Please try to understand. So B, whenever you create the object of class B, which object? Whenever you are create the object of class B, say OB, and whenever you invoke the show function, say ob.show, obviously B's version of show function will be called, isn't it? Is it clear? Any doubt you ask? Okay, you can ask in the comment section, or you can ask in the group, or you can even ask personally. whenever you create the object of class B, please try to understand, whenever you create the object of class B and whenever you are invoking the show function, this function, what will happen? B's version of show function will be obviously called, whereas at the same time A's version of show function for object, B's class object, will be hidden only. Okay, that is what we are discussing about. That concept is called as method overriding. Still, if you want to execute or call the A's class version, I'll tell you, let's discuss how. Okay, with the help of the super keyword, we can do that. We'll be doing that as well. Now concentrate on the program, remaining part of the program. So what we are doing, the show function here, child class version, that is B's version of show function, it prints the value of k, whereas the parent class version of show function prints the value of I and j. So function body is obviously different, isn't it? So A's class version, that show function, which prints the value of I and j, hope it is visible, this show function, whereas the other, that is B's class show function, which prints the value of k, right? Fine. Now let us consider the main function. Let override is the name of the class which contains the main function. So file name should be override.java, method of execution, that is over java c override.java, that is for compilation, and for execution it will be java followed by override. Fine. Now observe which class object we are creating. Hope it is visible. Let me zoom it. Okay. Observe the statement, B's class object we are creating. B is the subclass, right? Subclass object, and it has got a constructor definition as well. You refer over here, right? It has got a constructor definition. So constructor takes 3 parameters. Out of 3, first 2 parameters it is passing to parent. Who is the parent? That is for A using super keyword. Please recall the previous concept and all. It is the continuation. Okay, it is like a chain. You have to understand the previous concepts thoroughly, then these topics will be easy for you people. If you are not getting, just please refer to the previous videos as well as contents what I have shared. Okay. So what it does is, uh, 3 parameter what you have passed out of 3 parameter, first 1, 1, 2 and 3. Out of these 3, first 2 parameters, say int a, that is read as in place of int a it is reading 1, in place of int b it is reading 2, and in place of int c it is reading 3. Out of 3 parameter, first 2 parameter, that is 1 and 2, are passed to a super class and 3 is assigned to c. Please concentrate over here. So 1 and 2 are passed to superclass. Superclass constructor is called here. What is the superclass constructor? See, observe. This is what superclass constructor is, right? A and B, 2 parameters it is taking. In place of A it is receiving 1, and in place of B it is receiving 2. So 1 and 2 are passed to I and J respectively. Getting no? So value of I and J are stored as 1 and 2, K as 3. Please observe, right? Please observe the content. A and B, just now we have gone through, that is I and J, K is C. Refer over here, right? Then, sorry. Next we are making a call. Remember, we have created the object of the class B, right? That name of the object is subOb, and using that object we are making a call for show function. So which version of show function will be called? Think. Just now I have explained which version of the show function, which object it is. If it is a superclass object, it would be superclass version of show function. Now which object it is? Subclass version of object, right? So subclass object version of show function should be called. Which subclass version of show function? I have already highlighted it, right? Subclass version. This is what subclass version content, sorry, the contents of the subclass which we have listed. So subclass version of the show function, this function should be called. That means we are going to print the value of k only. Value of I and j we are not printing over here. If you want to print value of I and j, what is to be done? See the output it prints k only. Here the explanation is given. So just go through the next statement. If you wish to, better I'll change the view so the statement will be clearly visible. when show is invoked on the object of the type B, the version show defined within B is used. That is what we have discussed. So next is if you wish to access, observe the statement which I am highlighting. If you wish to access the superclass version of an overridden method, you can do so by using keyword super, right? So in this above example, if you want to use the show function, superclass version of the show function, that what you are supposed to do, so you have to do the same thing is explained over here. Okay, if the statements are not properly visible, you can copy it from the thing, the screenshot which I will be sharing soon in the group. Now I'll update that. So what I am doing, just observe here, class B content we are updating. Class B content, what we are doing is, I'll highlight, wait, see this thing, just observe the show function of the class B. Previous program only, a small updation in class B. As you can see, class B content, what was there in class B? Int k is there, B with the 3 parameter is there, super of AB is there, as you can see, k equal to c, everything is there, but show function contains only one statement. So observe it carefully. Class B extends A, int k is there, B is with B constructor B with 3 parameter, everything is there, super we are making a call for, and AB we are passing constructor, and we are making a call for the base class constructor, then k is assigned to, sorry, c is assigned to k itself, and show function is updated. How? One more statement is added, super dot show. That means this show function, the child class version of the show function, this itself make a call for the super class version of the show function. What is the super class version of the show function? Observe the content. So this will be the super class version of the show function. So the object, child class object what we have created, that is sub OB will make an explicit call with the help of the keyword super, right? The super class version of the show function. So what super class version of the show function does? It prints the value of I and j, as you can see. Super class version of the show function which prints the value of I and j. Observe the pointer, you will come to know, right? Super class version of the show function, followed by it prints the value of k. First it make a call for the super class version of show, then it prints the value of k. That's it. Only one statement we have added, that's it. Super dot show, very simple concept. Check the output. The output would be, first I and j value will be printed because you are making a call super dot show first. So super class version of show function will be called first, followed by value of k, that is system dot out dot this thing which I am highlighting, which I am pointing, this thing will be printed, system dot out dot println value of, sorry, value of k, that is k equal to, right? Comment, go through the comment line. Okay, if you have any doubt you ask. Very very important topic, method overriding. So there is a probability of a question like difference between or distinguish between the overloading and overriding. Please try to understand the concept. Take this as an assignment, list out some parameters, some points, that is the difference between overloading and overriding. See, method overloading is nothing but we don't have to take the concept of inheritance and all for method overloading. For a normal program, we can take the method, same method name, but signatures multiple number of times, but with different types of signatures. Signatures in the sense return type as well as the argument list. So the method body will be obviously different. That is what method overloading concept is, but overriding is different from overloading. For overriding, hierarchy of class is compulsory. What is that hierarchy? Parent child relationship is compulsory. Try to understand these concepts and make a note of it. Okay, in your notebook it should be the difference between overloading and overriding. Okay, it is one of the repeatedly asked question. So for this hierarchy of class is compulsory, what else is required? Think.